Well, in less than 1 week, the ladies of the talk will be back for a brand new season. CBS's Emmy award-winning daytime talk show will be kicking off season 7. Hosts Julie Chen, Sarah Gilbert, Sharon Osbourne, Aisha Tylor, and Cheryl Underwood tackle the day's top stories, talk about it. A lot of big newsmakers, a lot of big entertainers. The upcoming season is also promising a talk unlike any you may have seen before. To discuss this, we are lucky enough to have Julie Chen and Aisha Tylor here.
Thanks, Josh.
So when you throw it out there, this is going to be unlike something that we've seen from a show hitting season number 7. What exactly is it that we're talking about?
Since it is season 7, we're branding our premiere the 7 Wonders of the World.
I love it.
There are things that our viewers have wondered about, each of us. We will address the most asked questions.
Yeah.
And each one of us can also, we love launching with secrets, something that is private to us that we have decided it's time to share with the public. Sharon, for example, everyone has been asking, how is she doing?
Yeah.
She's going to address not only how she's doing, you're going to see it, she's also going to address last season she was supposed to tell all why she took an emergency leave of absence for 5 weeks in the previous season, and she wasn't ready. Now she is. And I've got a family secret.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to share it right now?
No.
Do you want to tease it
I'm still
right now?
working. I'm working it out. Every summer, right when we're on hiatus, I say to my parents, I say, "Okay, so what else have you been lying to me about that I can reveal and process with our audience?"
It's especially you both have other projects. You both do a lot of other things. Something that I've always found about this time of day, the show that you do. The camera finds you. Life finds you. You can't. You can't lie. You can't lie. You can't
fake it.
Hide. I mean, I know, Aisha, you had some very personal moments yourself last season, and it was. Here you are, sort of working through them in real time. What was that like for you?
Oh, I mean, it's incredibly challenging.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody. I think it's difficult to go through something like a divorce or some other kind of personal crisis in private with your family and your friends. It's hard, And for me, I know when I was going through my separation, I didn't want to talk about it with people that were closest to me because, it's painful.
Yeah.
There's a part of you when a relationship is ending, you feel embarrassed by it. You wonder how it's going to affect your family, your friends. But I also feel like for me, it was important when I was finally ready to talk about it to also do it respectfully because it's not just my life, it's this other person's life as well. And my relationship is not something to be exploited.
Yeah.
The reason that I talked about it was because it was important to me to try to model a kind way to divorce. You see so much, especially in television around kind of unscripted television around women, this just kind of incredible emotional violence and people being so cruel to each other and so exploitative and so mean. I just wanted to show that you can separate from someone in a kind way, and someone who's been your best friend for most of your life doesn't have to be an enemy. So. But it was no fun at all. I do not look forward to these secret things. You know what I mean? They're secrets for a reason.
Yeah.
But I do think that whenever you talk about something personal like this, the added benefit is people watching feel a kinship to you. Whatever they're going through feels less alien, feels less isolating. And we're just people up there. We are living the same lives and struggling with the same things that everybody else is struggling with. And I think it's also easy for us because we're together. And you feel like you're talking to your friends, and that makes it a lot easier to go through.
And look, you can feel it, and I'm almost loath to say it because then it makes it less so. But the authenticity of the group, of the collective, of the ensemble, it is very clear. So as Aisha last year, for instance, is going through this, what was the response like, especially in this age of social media where everybody can plug right in?
Not one unkind word. And that is what is so gratifying because you feel like, okay, I'm going out on a limb here, and the big fear is that people are going to judge you. And especially in this day and age with social media, the internet, people can be mean and hide behind their screen. It was the exact opposite. People were applauding you for your bravery and your honesty, and they didn't feel alone, like you said. They were really cheering you on, and they were supportive. They were telling you how much they love you.
It was surprising, actually. It was because the internet can be so awful.
Yeah.
And people were so supportive and kind. But you said something earlier, we were talking about this. I feel like we try not to be an exploitative show. Whenever we talk about what's going on in the news, and especially if it's celebrity driven, it's less about this person's a good person, a bad person, and more about what would I do in this situation? How does this make me feel? If I was this person going through this, what would I do? Yeah. We try to make it personal. We try to make the public personal. And I think, but we can't do that. We can't be talking about other people's lives and what they're going through without presenting ourselves in the same kind of divulgent, open way. I think that would be hypocritical.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think we are trying to say, look, this person's going through something. I'm just as human as them. I'm not special. I'm not better. Here's what I'm going through. And hopefully, by talking about it in an open way, other people can connect with it. And I think that's why people like the show.
It was a beautiful moment, and I cannot imagine all the layers behind it. But again, sometimes it's a mantle thrust upon you as much as anything, and you handled it beautifully. I want to ask you both about your other projects. Oh, by the way, these other projects that do steal time away from you. As a director for you, first a short that you've done, but now the feature. A feature debut will be happening as well via Kickstarter campaign. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What's it like to be on that side?
So thrilling. I think anytime you undertake something new, you're worried if it's going to go well. You're preparing as much as you can. There's some stuff you can't prepare for, you can't anticipate. But it was a transformative experience for me. It was like a joy every day. I mean, I was on set 3 or 4 hours early. I was bringing everybody donuts. I was literally jumping around like a puppy. I loved it.
It's an 84-minute film.
It's a thriller.
Do we have a title?
It's called Axis. And
it's going to debut.
Well, hopefully at Sundance. I'm submitting it to festivals.
It's about an Irish actor set on the morning he's going to be starring in a career-changing blockbuster film. Things ensue, as they so often do.
Yeah, and I mean, for the very short synopsis is a guy whose life fell apart and he put it back together again, and it starts to unravel around him. And it's a lot about kind of Hollywood and isolation and our fascination with technology, but mostly it's a thriller. It's fun, it's funny, it's edgy. I love doing it. And I think for me, as a woman of color, it was also exciting to do something to kind of, we can talk about diversity in Hollywood, or we can just do something about it. Yeah. And for me, it was important for me to contribute, but in a passionate way. It wasn't like I picked up a mantle. I just always wanted to direct, but it was a blast.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, over a decade now, season 18.
Incredible.
The Brother remains big, really, really big.
The Brother is big. The Brother got renewed for 2 more seasons. We are just coming into the home stretch of season 18, and then because I like to work,
yes,
we're doing an online version that's launching September 28th.
Of course you are.
Will this be year-round Big Brother now?
I think we'll see. I think this is us testing the water. Mm-hmm. Well, this one, the online version, will just be for 3 months. So by the end of the calendar year.
So what is it?
It's going to be a new set of house guests. Yeah. It's the same house, but it's not as big of a budget. Mm-hmm. So, like the competitions won't be as wow. And the only way you can watch these new house guests compete is online.
On the device.
Because we found that at the end of the summer, Big Brother All Access or CBS All Access, the subscription spikes in the summer with Big Brother, and then when Big Brother's over, those watchers, they wait. They
wait for the show to come back.
Yeah, they discontinue until the following June. Mm-hmm. So now we want to keep those.
The app needs you. The app needs you, Julie.
We'll see. It's smart, too, because people love to watch every detail of what's going on in that house, and now online they can be essentially watching the house 24/7 on a show where they're getting the payoffs in that context.
I get it. I was watching James and Natalie sleep for about a good 8 minutes.
By the way, not creepy.
I was in traffic.
Not creepy at all, guys. Not weird, not creepy.
No.
Oh, the finger just moved. Okay, they moved. They're breathing. Oh yeah, they're alive.
It's so great to have you guys here. Really, really appreciate it. Aisha, Julie, and best of luck again. Season 7. I guess there are still secrets to come.
Well, I was just
even the ones you don't want them to have.
I'm going to make some new secrets.
Exactly.
I've used up all the ones so I just got to get out. I got to get out in those streets
I
sometime.
Like waffles. No, best of luck, you guys. Seriously,
thank you,
really appreciate the time.
Thanks, fun being here.
It's season 7 of The Talk. It starts next Monday, September 12th, 2 Eastern, 1 Pacific, only on CBS.